trapped in my walls. I never thought much about the scratching sounds in the walls of my tiny apartment, chalking them up to mice or plumbing issues. But one sleepless night, I discovered something far more sinister. Behind a loose brick in the wall, I found a diary, its pages brittle and thin as if they'd been compressed over decades. The first entry was dated 1932, penned by someone claiming to be trapped within the walls of this very building. My curiosity piqued. I began reading, and the more I read, the more the air around me seemed to chill. The entry spoke of a person named Edward who was desperately trying to communicate with the outside world, warning of a presence lurking within the shadows. As I delved deeper into Edward's frantic scrawlings, I noticed the diary mentioned things only someone inside my apartment could know, like the peculiar way my floorboards creaked near the kitchen, or the time I got locked out on the balcony. It was impossible for anyone to have written these entries from the past, yet there they were, documenting my life with eerie precision. Edward's desperation seeped through the pages as he recounted how he was lured by a voice promising freedom, only to find himself trapped in an endless maze between the walls. His warnings grew more urgent, hinting at something that fed off fear and isolation. One evening, as I sat cross-legged on the floor with the diary, the scratching returned, more insistent and frantic. It was as if Edward was trying to reach me. I pressed my ear to the wall, heart pounding, and whispered, "I know you're there." Suddenly the scratching stopped, replaced by a whisper that chilled me to the bone. My own voice echoing back, "Help me." Panic surged through my veins as the room seemed to close in on me. I realized then that whatever had trapped Edward was now reaching for me, weaving a web around my very existence. Desperate to escape the growing dread, I hurled the diary into the fireplace, watching as the flames devoured the pages. But the sense of being watched never left. Nights are the worst, with shadows stretching longer than they should, and whispers that sound like my own voice pleading for release. I've moved out since, but the scratching within these new walls has started again. I fear Edward was just the beginning, and now, in my reflection, I sometimes see not my eyes, but someone else's. A silent cry for help trapped within.